That's right.
It's gonna be well worth it. You're 36 now. Feel like you on your last, like, however many years that is. Where's the drive still coming from? Do you still love it like you did 5, 6, 7 years ago? Who is the 36-year-old Terrence Crawford right now?
Drive is always there because I'm so competitive, so I don't ever have to worry about the drive.
But
The
some
love,
cats get lazy though.
some
Gennady Triple G Golovkin has officially joined Terrence Crawford's camp as the former welterweight king prepares for the biggest fight of his career, a highly anticipated super middleweight showdown against Canelo Alvarez. Known for his grit, durability, and relentless work ethic, Golovkin brings valuable experience to Crawford's team, having faced Canelo 3 times in the ring. Those close to Crawford view Golovkin's addition as a strategic advantage. His first-hand knowledge of Canelo's style, power, and tendencies could provide crucial insight as Crawford transitions into the super middleweight division for the first time. Beyond his experience, Golovkin's presence is also personal. He's a trusted friend to Crawford and a respected figure in boxing circles.
He's great. One of the greats that laced up the gloves. And so it's my job as a trainer, it's the job of Saul, the job of Red, whoever else is coming in camp with us, Bernie, to lead him to that win. A lot of people make.
Golovkin's role as a mentor in Crawford's camp is not just symbolic, it's vital. With 3 battles against Canelo Alvarez under his belt, Golovkin brings a wealth of experience that few can match. He understands the intensity of facing Canelo on the sport's biggest stage, how to manage the pressure, absorb the power, and most importantly, survive and compete at the highest level. Their rivalry began in 2017 with a controversial draw, a result many observers believed should have gone in Golovkin's favor. In the 2018 rematch, Canelo edged out a close points victory. By the time they met a 3rd time in 2022, Canelo secured a more decisive win, but Golovkin's performance still stood out.
Realizing the way to beat this guy
That way.
is, and Crawford, who certainly is more talented in my book anyway than William Stone, is going to outbox him, throw punches back at him. He's going to go southpaw. He's going to go right-handed. And as we sit here, I am picking Terrence Crawford to beat Canelo Alvarez in September.
So am I.
I say Canelo.
One moment from Golovkin and Canelo's first fight still stands out vividly in GGG's mind: the 9th round. In that round, Canelo landed a clean, powerful right hand that had many in the crowd thinking it was a game-changer. But Golovkin barely reacted, brushing it off as if it were nothing. Reflecting on it later in an interview with DAZN, Golovkin said, "I remember that punch. I let it get through. I don't know what to call it. It wasn't hard. It felt kind of like a slap. I guess a slap or a sliding punch. Well, it didn't do too much."
Who you got? Crawford, Canelo? I still say Canelo.
I got Canelo too.
I still say Canelo. Ring IQ, I believe that Crawford has a bit more.
Yep.
However, it's just the size difference. I think that where Crawford is lacking is that he should try test the waters even with somebody at that weight class before facing Canelo.
Right.
Hey, they say he's a dog. He's got shot in the head and drove to the hospital, so maybe that's just his mentality.
Hey, let's see. Only one way to find out.
Terrence Crawford knows he's stepping into uncharted territory. He's never fought at 168 pounds, not even at 160. The closest he came was in his most recent bout against Israel Madrimov at a catchweight of 154 pounds. Even then, the fight was far from easy. Madrimov managed to hurt Crawford at times, and although Crawford walked away with a decision win, it raised questions about how well his power would carry into the heavier weight classes. Promoter Eddie Hearn even suggested that the judges may have been too generous to Crawford, implying the fight was much closer than the official scorecards indicated.
On Bud's resume. There's no Trout on Bud's resume. There's no Daniel Jacobs on Bud's resume. Canelo is the one that's fought the elite level opposition. It's Canelo that fought Laura. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. There is no Laura on Bud's resume. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ. Bud has never faced a multiple division champ.
Okay, but Bud is an elite boxer.
So you're an elite boxer, but you haven't fought elite boxers.
This fight isn't just about whether Terence Crawford's power will hold up. It's about his ability to adapt. Jumping up 2 weight classes is an incredibly rare and risky move, especially when the opponent is Canelo Alvarez, a fighter who has ruled the super middleweight division for years. At welterweight, Crawford built his legacy by dismantling opponents with elite timing, precision, and a high ring IQ. He stopped Errol Spence Jr. in dominant fashion and looked untouchable for most of his run. But when he stepped up to 154 to face Israel Madrimov, that trademark dominance started to show cracks.
Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight. You know,
But this fight is about more than just power and age. It's also about momentum and activity. Since September of last year, Canelo Alvarez has fought twice, staying sharp and maintaining his conditioning. In contrast, Terence Crawford hasn't stepped into the ring since his win over Israel Madrimov in August 2024. That layoff could play a crucial role as he faces his most physically demanding challenge yet. Fighters like Danny Garcia have openly questioned whether Crawford can handle the massive leap to 168 pounds. Just from watching Crawford's last performance when he moved up to 154 against Madrimov, I feel like his power didn't really carry up that much, Garcia said. So I think 168 is going to be tough. I mean, if he pulls it off, he has to be considered one of the top 3 fighters of all time. And Garcia isn't exaggerating. A win over Canelo would mean Crawford has not only unified 3 different weight classes, but has also claimed all 4 major titles in each. And almost unheard of feat in modern boxing.
Don't lose to Canelo to the event. When you fight Canelo, the stage is set for him. Like when I went, I saw J Bauer win, I saw fireworks. You know? So you fight him, it's like if you fighting in the Super Bowl.
The weight difference, though, no?
It is a big difference, but it has been done before.
Do you see him beating Canelo?
I don't know, he definitely has the skills. He has the skills, but Canelo has the skills too. Stronger, bigger guy, so like, I don't know.
Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez isn't solely focused on Terence Crawford. He already has his sights set on a potential rematch with Dmitry Bivol at 175 pounds. Bivol handed Canelo a decisive loss in 2022, and since then, the Russian has solidified his dominance by unifying the light heavyweight division with a win over Artur Beterbiev. In a recent interview with The Ring magazine, Canelo admitted that the Bivol rematch is still very much on his mind. "I hope I get the chance to fight Bivol again. That's the only fight at 175 I would really take," he said. "We'll see. I just want to prove to myself that I've learned from that fight, that I won't make the same mistakes. There's a part of me that says, you need to show you're the better fighter." Interestingly, Bivol has also weighed in on the upcoming Canelo vs. Crawford clash, pointing out that Crawford's mindset could play a key role. Crawford wants this fight badly. "I think he'll be much more active than Canelo's previous opponents, and he brings a different mentality, a champion's mentality," Bivol said. "I believe that's going to make this fight much more interesting."
I think Crawford wants this fight a lot. He wants the fight, and I think he will be more active than Canelo's previous opponent, and he has different mentality. He has champion mentality. I think fight will be much more interesting.
What do you make of the weight in that fight, the weight difference?
I think Crawford will not let Canelo just walking on the ring once he wants, because we could see this fight.
There's still some uncertainty surrounding the location of the fight. Originally scheduled for September 12, 2025, at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, the date has now been shifted to September 13th. As for the venue, it's still up in the air. Turkey. Alal Sheikh, who is involved in promoting the event, revealed that the fight could take place in New York, Los Angeles, or Las Vegas, with the final decision depending on which city presents the most lucrative deal.